Okay, 8th grade, welcome to Thursday, virtual. Remember to do today's participation quiz. And then make sure, I have to make sure I post it. Make sure you do today's virtual participation for the week. And I think it's number 18 this week. I'm going to post one thing so I can show you. I'm in a student account right now. That's why I need to publish something so that my student can see it and you have access to it for a second on this video. Okay, so it should be when I refresh my screen. Sorry. There it is, virtual pink folder, doing participation 18 today. Thursday's folder, green folder. Coming in here. In the instructions and video is where you'll get today's asynchronous lesson. There's a short description of the instructions, but the instructions are also in the actual activity. So I'm going to click on the assignment, which is the vision board. I'm going to go ahead and access that. Remember, in Schoology, My Document, if you've never connected Schoology to a document, which I think we all have, there'll be a connect button. But anyway, you want to make sure you hit that big blue edit button. Okay, and so I can see this is my copy of the document. My instructions are all laid out here for me. They take a second to load. Okay, loading, maybe one day. Let's see if any of it's loading. Okay, it just takes a while because there's a lot of images on it. Okay, so I can use the magnifying glass to zoom in some more and I can see it. The link to the video to watch is also right here so that you can click on it if you did not click on it before. You must create your own text boxes on this and your own shapes. There aren't text boxes created for you, so remember text box is right up here and shapes are right here. Please make your text boxes transparent. Please try to make them fit the area that you're typing in so that all your information is clear. So what we'll be creating is a vision board for your website. We were supposed to be building websites this week, but since of the delay, I wanted to give you something that would help you get started. So we're going to kind of do a vision board of what your website will look like and things that will be on it. And that way you'll be prepared come Monday to get a running start. So you're going to choose a topic. You can choose celebrity, sport, TV, movie, hobby, or an existing business. So if you create one for a celebrity, you can pick a YouTuber, a sports figure, comedian, singer. They all have examples for you so that you can choose what you want. I am going to choose a TV show. You're going to create 3 subtopics about the things you will write about. So these are like subheadings. So it might be like about the show and then characters in the show and then maybe plot or something, like 3 subtopics about your thing. If you're doing a hobby, it might be about the hobby and then it might be like where the hobby's popular, or it might be like how to get started, things like that. Celebrity, same thing. It might be a biography about the celebrity, and then it might be like the movies they've been in, and then it might be about like personal life or something, your choice. Okay. So then the next part we're doing is, let me turn off the sound on this. The next part we're going to do once we have those subheadings is to open a Google Doc. You're going to write 3 paragraphs, 5 sentences each, spelling and punctuation, 1 paragraph for each of those subheadings. And you can write more, but this is the minimum. So I'm going to open a Google Doc in a separate window. Okay. And I'm going to write, when I get there, I'll put my subheadings in, and then under each subheading, so I'll call it like website paragraphs is good. Okay, website paragraphs. Oop. And I hate when it does that. Website paragraphs. Okay. And here I'll write about the show. And then my other heading, characters, episode summary. Okay, so those are going to be mine because I am going to do a TV show that I like. Okay, bold those so that Miss Watts can see them. And then I'm going to type my paragraphs. The show. Oh. Netflix. Period. It is about an apocalyptic. I'm spelling it. And if I have a spelling world, if I have a spelling error with a red line, I check it. Apocalyptic world where there is a deadly virus. Period. It is based on a comic book series. Okay, so anyway, I'll write more. I'll Google information about them. I'll write paragraphs. I will not plagiarize my paragraphs. I will just write them. Make sure when you click share that you are changing the link restrictions. Change it to anyone with the link. Make sure you change the link restrictions. You copy the link. When I come back to my project, when I scroll down to the place where this goes, so just FYI, I created a text box for topic. Fit it in there. Sweet tooth. Maybe I make it a little bigger so Miss Watts' poor eyes can see it. Okay. Do not use funky colors or anything, just black or something dark so Miss Watts can see it. Don't use like green or anything. Link to paragraphs. So right here, I'm going to create a text box. This is important. Couple steps. You're not just going to paste because that box is way too small to paste. If I just pasted the big link, bam, that's not nice. Control Z to undo that. I'm going to go to insert, just like we've done before, and this time link. I'm going to paste the link. Oop, sorry. I did that wrong. So sorry. First, I'm going to, in the text box, I'm sorry, write the word paragraph. I forgot to do that step. Paragraphs. Okay. I'm going to make it a little bigger so Ms. Watts can see it. And then now with that word highlighted, okay, oop, not all of it. I'm going to go in there, highlight the word, then go to insert link or Control K, paste the link to my paragraphs, hit apply. Now the word paragraphs is a link so that Ms. Watts can click on it and get to your paragraph doc, okay? So you're highlighting the word paragraph, insert link, and then you can put that in there. My subheadings I did those. Make sure you're typing so that it fits on these lines. Subheading 1, I'm going to make separate text boxes to do that. So subheading 1, I said about the show. Okay. Next one, I'm going to make one that says, I said characters. And then my other subheading that I decided on was like, didn't I say episode summary? Okay. And then I'm going to do episode summary at the bottom. So make sure you're making separate text boxes so Ms. Watts can read them on the lines. Okay. And then episode summary. Okay. So that looks nice. The next thing in my instructions, if I come back to page 1, I've got my paragraphs written. I've got my subheadings. Now I'm going to do web safe fonts. So I'm going to go to Google, web safe fonts like it says to do. Okay, I can go to W3 Schools is a great site to use. These are a list of the web safe ones I want to use. I'm going to pick, I always like that, where is it, Comic Sans. But I don't see that one on here. There's some other ones that aren't listed here, but I'm going to go with Georgia. Just pick one that you like. You can look them up and see what they look like, or you can type in your Google Docs if I go to Georgia. Nope. I thought it would let you type Georgia. It's not one on Google. Oh, yeah, there it is. So that you can see Georgia. I'm fine with that. I'm going to use Georgia as my website font. You can choose a different one if you prefer. You can Google another site that might give you more of a list. But I'm going to put Georgia in my text box for website font. Okay. Georgia. Okay. Oop, and I spelled it wrong, so I want to fix it. Okay, then I'm going to come in to think about my colors of my website. Down here is the next piece I'm just going to do. I'm going to Google, if I look up Sweet Tooth the show, just to pull some colors. So depending on what you're doing, you might want to pick your color palette based on that. It's pretty much, I didn't mean to go to his website, but it's earthy tones. He wears a red shirt all the time. So I'm going to use some browns and some greens because he's always in the woods. So I'm going to pick those kind of colors. And so I'm going to go online and find hex codes or RGBA pickers. Hex code finder is a good thing to Google. And I'm going to go to a hex code. There's so many of them. So you can go to any of the websites to think about colors, because hex codes give you a whole lot more colors than just your basic like red, blue, green. You can pick shades of a color. So what I'm going to do is on this website, and you can play around. Some websites are more user-friendly than others. I want to be in the green family. So here we go. I'm going to find a green I like. Fruit salad. Goblin is nice. I like Goblin. It will set up my hex codes for me. It will set up my RGBA values, RGB and 1 for A. Okay. So I'm going to use hex code for a couple, and then I'm going to use RGBA because you'll have to do both on your site. So I'm going to come over here and scroll down to where I'm going. And this part is a little more challenging, especially if your fingers don't make your page move. Okay, so I'm going to come down here. Oop, too far. Okay, maybe. There we go. To these circles. I'm going to make a circle. I've copied the hex value. Okay, make a circle to fit inside of here. For some reason it's not letting me. Let's try that again. Shape and circle. I don't know why it's not working today. Let me see. Ideally, you will make a circle. Okay, now it's not letting me type anything. Let's see what my problem is. Oh, wrong document. That's why I didn't click on the right tab. My bad. Okay, so I'm going to come to this place right here. Shapes, circles. Whew, Miss Watts is having a bad virtual day. Going to make a circle within the circle. Okay, now I'm going to go to the paint bucket. I'm going to go to custom. And I'm going to replace that hex code right there with my hex code. That doesn't look right because it's blue. So let's go back to the website where I chose it from and see what's going on with Goblin. Oh, I copied. This was the wrong. This was for the blue originally. This is the hex code I want up here, Goblin. Copy. Oh, you can go like this. This is how you switch it. I'm sorry. There's a little arrow there on this one. It's a little confusing. Going back to my document, pasting that into there. There's Goblin. Okay, there's that. I'm going to come down and make a text box into the little hex code box. Put one right there. And I'm going to paste the hex code from the website. I might have to edit it because it's coming in some weird color there. I'm going to blow it up a little. I don't want it to have a highlight color behind it. Transparent. I do need to have it. Ms. Watts doesn't have it. Now she doesn't have it black font. It's white. So you do have to play around if you are copying and pasting it from a website and not just writing it from the website yourself. I still have that little hex code that is wrong. So I'm going to change that to transparent again and everything to black again. So just tweaking it so that it's right on my paper. There's hashtag and the hex code. Now I want to make sure I do at least one of them hex and one of them RGBA. So let's say I want that red color to be my other color. So I'm going to come and find a deep red for him. Oop. Those are more oranges. I kind of like, I like this one, stiletto. Okay, I don't want that. Well, I need the hex code first for my circle. So I'm going to copy the hex code, come back to my board, and I'm going to make another circle. This is my other primary color that I'll be using. Okay, move it into the circle. I'm going to use the paint bucket, custom again, pasting that hex code there. Okay, so I'm using those two colors as my primary colors, main colors on the website. Secondary colors mean what am I going to use to accent? I'll probably use like a cream color or a black or a gray to accent that, or maybe a brown, like a tan, but I'll do that. Anyway, I want to find the RGBA value, so it's this number right here. I can't copy it on this site and just paste it, it looks like, and it's not, is it 146? Oh yeah, it did convert here. For some reason now it refreshed it. So I can copy this, copy, and I can come over to my paper and put a text box. And I can write RGBA and then parentheses like it should be, and those numbers, and another parentheses like we write it. Okay, I'm gonna Control A it, make it a little bigger so I can see it. And that's okay if this one, I know these boxes are small, so this one might, if you do the RGBA format and make it actually readable, you might put it below for yourself, just underneath, because that makes it look better personally. Okay, so I have RGBA format for that one. And I can do hex for the other ones if I want, but one should be at least RGBA because you'll need that for your project. Okay, so I've got my colors. Colors. I need a top 10 list. So on my website, to show that I know how to do a list, I'm going to have a top 10. So I'm going to do top 10 characters, because I'll put that in my characters section. You might do top 10 songs. You might do top 10 episodes. You might do top 10 concerts, top 10 anything. It can be anything, top 10 characters. And then, of course, I'll make separate text boxes for the characters right here. So I would do, and you can do, for this one, I'm going to do Gus. I'm going to use their names from the show. You could, I guess, put the actors if you want, but I'm doing the top 10 from the show. And I make one for each line. Okay, just like that. Okay, so that clears up page 1. And then the last thing is your images. So background image or color. If you're going to have your website just a plain color, that's fine. You can put that value in there just like you did with the circles, but make it a rectangle to fit that shape. Or I'm going to do like a wallpaper or a woodsy wallpaper. Or you could type like a color in a wallpaper. I kind of like, you want to make it so that you can still see on top of it probably. I really like this one. It's kind of foggy. So I'm going to show you what I'll do with this. I'm going to take this background, or actually this looks like that really looks like the trees. So I'm going to take this one because this looks like a scene from the show. And I'm going to copy the image. Okay, copy image. I'm going to come over to my vision board, paste it. I'm going to have to, it doesn't have to really shrink it down. I can make it a little bigger to fit my shape. Do make it fit your shape though. I don't want them like stretched like across the whole paper, make it fit inside of the little frame. So there's my background color. What I'm going to do so I can find this when we're making websites is I'm going to make this a link to the real image. So I'm going to insert link while it's highlighted, and I'm going to come over to that. I'm going to click on it and go to this actual website, hopefully, Pexels. And this is a good free website too for pictures. So I'm going to copy this link to Pexels and link the item in my project so that I can find it on Monday. So insert, I don't think I hit apply. Link, paste the link, and there it is. Okay, so that it's linked. Same thing for the images to my site. So I'm going to type in to Google, Sweet Tooth. I'm going to go to images to get some. I'm going to find some sites. Here's the comic book. So I might want that. I definitely want a big picture of Gus. Copy link address. Okay, so that if I type the link address of that photo in, it should pull that up. Perfect. So copy link address of that picture. I'm going to come back. I have to actually copy the picture first, though. Copy picture, copy image, come back to my project, paste the image. I definitely want this one on my site. I'm going to have to shrink it, of course, to fit that little square. I'm going to pull it up here and shrink it the best you can. Okay. And then I'm going to make it a link, insert link, come back. And actually, I'm going to go from here where I did it, right click, copy link address, come back to my project, and I'm going to paste the link address into that box and apply so that that is linked. So you have a place for 3 pictures for inspirations. You also have another place to paste either links or inspirational photos on your vision board of other stuff you want to use that you can do. Once you're done with your vision board, your name goes up here. So I'll put my name. This is my fake account for my kiddo, Tucker Watts. Okay. So once your whole vision board is done, then you'll come back to Schoology and you'll click that submit button. Okay. And turn it in. It is due by Friday. And again, make sure you have all the requirements on there before you submit. And that is it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me.